What if I told you that the Marvel Cinematic Universe you know and love might be coming to an end? Yep, Marvel might actually be planning on a reboot of the MCU. Let's dive deep into the real clues, the leaks, and what it all means. Let's be honest, the MCU hasn't felt the same since Avengers Endgame. I'm not saying that the multiverse saga has been a complete disaster, because there definitely have been some great projects released in this saga, but there also been numerous projects that have been complete garbage. Overall, it's safe to say that the multiverse saga hasn't been consistent and doesn't have the same thought out structure that the Infinity Saga had. Most likely because they are having too many characters they need to introduce, with so many storylines being spread out throughout too many projects. And the biggest thing to influence Disney to make a reboot is for the underwhelming box office returns. Because at the end of the day, everything is about the money. So now, all signs are pointing to something big happening behind the scenes. Something that could reset everything. The key to it all is the upcoming movie Avengers Secret Wars. For our comic readers, as we know, Secret Wars leads to a complete collapse and reboot of the Marvel Universe. Multiple timelines crashing into each other and only a few surviving. To piggyback off of the comics, Marvel insiders and leaks are pointing to Secret Wars being used to clean house. We are talking about erasing confusing storylines, retiring underperforming characters, and reintroducing the X-Men and Fantastic Four in a more streamlined universe. Probably to try and get all the confusion out of the way from all the Fox characters being in the current MCU after Disney bought the rights to Fox. Even actors like Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire are rumored to be coming back, not just as cameos, but as part of a multiversal send-off. Think about it. Marvel needs a soft reboot from all the confusing storylines and too many characters being introduced at once. It can be used as a way to honor the past, fix what isn't working, and bring in new fans without needing to watch 40 plus movies. Imagine the MCU continues down the line the next 10 years without a soft reboot, and you're trying to get someone into the MCU who hasn't watched it yet, or a kid to start up on the movies. But they would have to watch like 100 movies to fully understand the new movies that will release, as it was all just one big continuation. But if there's a soft reboot after Secret Wars, the fans that already knew the older movies, or new viewers that want to watch it from the very start with Iron Man 1, can do so and happily see how it all leads into the new era of the MCU after the reboot. But for the people that don't care or have the time to watch all those movies to get up to date for the new releases, they can just start watching at the reboot without having any confusion on the newer ones. This reboot isn't just about fixing continuity, it's about laying the groundwork for the next 10 years. Basically like how the Infinity Saga was structured for its 10-year run. Imagine a fresh MCU that could possibly be focusing mainly on the characters from X-Men and Fantastic Four. Maybe even bringing in new Avengers with a younger Iron Man or even a new Steve Rogers from another timeline. There are so many possibilities. But having the X-Men leading the MCU probably will be the best decision, as they can give all the X-Men fans the justice for cleaning up the Fox X-Men storyline, since that was a bit of a mess. Who knows, instead of patching up the multiverse, they might just blow it all up and start from fresh. The Secret Wars plot can have the timelines crash to the point where a little bit from each timeline merge to having only one remaining timeline to work with for the next 10 years, just like the Infinity Saga. So basically kind of taking the best parts of each timeline and having that be the new MCU. Feige has already said that Secret Wars will be the biggest MCU movie event ever, which is crazy to think about considering how big of an event Avengers Endgame was, especially since Endgame was built up over 10 years. If they're going even bigger now, it makes sense that they're planning something universe altering. So the big question is, should Marvel reboot the MCU? Or should they fix what they already built? Fans are in a split. Some want a full reset and others want Marvel to just slow things down and return to the basics. But maybe the way to return to the basics is with a reboot. Whatever happens, one thing is for sure. The next few years will change the MCU forever. So let me know in the comments down below if you want to see a reboot for the MCU after Secret Wars. If you want to stay up to date on every twist, leak, and multiverse collapse, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. Trust me, we're just getting started.